Hello and welcome to the Produce Aisle. Today I want to talk about sidechaining. I just want to show you my simple and creative way to use sidechaining, not just for drum and bass tracks to make them sit nicely together and so they don't get in each other's way frequency-wise, but also just show you what you can do. You can do cool rhythmic things with it, and it's fairly easy to set up when you know how to do it. If this is helpful to you, if you're interested in the topic of production videos and lady producers like myself making content like this for you, please do give a like and subscribe to my channel for more. Onward with the tutorial about sidechaining. We're going to make it pop. All right, I'm working on a track where, yes, I want to compress the bass away from the kick so that they have space to play, but I also want to use it creatively to give it that pumping thing, but to a synth. So give it that pumping, like wah wah sound, but to a synth. And I don't necessarily want to hook it to my bass drum pattern. So let me play you this finished thing and how I set it up. So this is the finished how I want it to sound. Listen to this Rhodes synth here. Listen to this. That's how I want it to sound, right? It's cool, right? And it is not the same as my bass drum pattern. So let me just solo you what the bass drum is doing. Bump, 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 ba-bump, bump, 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 ba-bump. And this is going 4 on the floor. So it's a counterpoint pattern. To do that, I have set it up in such a way that I have a silent kick. So let me just erase this for right now and show you how you do it. Pick out a kick, any old kick, and it can either be a MIDI sound or an audio sound. Here's what it sounds like just by itself with none of the pumping compression. It's not quite as interesting. It's cool, but it's just not quite as cool. So in order to set that up, let's go to this track, the Rhodes track. That's number 17. So yes, I have my usual compression on it. That's with the Pro channel here. And that's not what I'm using for the pumping compression. That's another compressor I'm putting on it. And that's the Sonitus compressor. And in order to get that, you just go to this little effects, open audio effects, and then the Sonitus compressor, which is under Cakewalk. It comes with Cakewalk, and it's a great compressor, and it works awesome for sidechaining. I made a setting I called it EDM pump, and I made another one. It's like just a little squish. If I want something just a little bit out of the way, take the decibel down a little bit. But this is my like EDM pump setting. It gives you that wah, wah, wah. So you want it to have a fast attack, and then you can adjust the release to figure out the kind of rhythm that you want it to release on. So it's almost syncopated sounding. Once that is on your track, consider this compressor like it's like putting ears on that track. So I'm going to put little cat ears on this compressor so you can think about it that way. When you put that compressor on, it's listening for something. So now let's give it something to listen to. I set up a new track just by itself, and I named it Silent Kick. And I am going to do a send from this channel. So in order to do a send, I'm going to send the information to those little ears, to the side input of the Rhodes right here. So it's this first one here, side input Rhodes. I make sure that the silent kick track and the send on the silent kick track is set up to pre-fader. So making sure that this little button that says post is not on. When it's on, it's orange. When it's off, it's just gray. That's why the compressor is still listening to it even though it is all the way turned down. This is one of the things that really made the difference between post-fader and pre-fader really crystal clear to me. That I didn't have to hear the kick in order to use it as a triggering mechanism, it's just giving a signal for the compressor to listen to. Because remember, that compressor is like a set of ears, and it's going to listen to it no matter if the fader is totally turned down, you can't hear it at all. It's still listening to it because the signal is still going to it. It's just a simple 4 on the floor kick. Here, I'm going to hold Control and copy this over. It really doesn't matter all that much what the kick actually sounds like because I'm just using it as a silent kick. But just to let you know what it sounds like, this is kind of a basic. It's a nice, cool, toppy kick, but I don't want the extra noise in my track. I don't need it. I've already picked out a kick that I like, and this one will just be what the little compressor ear is listening to get its signal in order for it to compress. So together, these things sound like this. And without. So what's cool about this especially is, say I wanted half of this to pump, or I want it to gradually pump, okay? If I didn't want it to pump the whole time, I can adjust and automate the level of the silent kick that's being sent to these ears, the compressor ears, with this right here. So that's, checking again, it's my Rhodes signal there. Say I wanted to have this start without pumping and then gradually start pumping. I can do that. So no pumping. A lot of versatility, a lot of creativity with that. That's my basic little trick to sidechaining in Cakewalk. I hope that this was helpful and or inspiring, and if so, please do give a like. Leave a comment below. I would love to read them, and I always try to respond. I hope you have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.